Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part of White Day 1 Remake, Labyrinth Named School. So we just saved, and we are heading back to the new building. So we need to go, down a floor. Do. I feel like I'm playing Pac-Man. History room. I think we start on the second floor. Yeah, we need to go down a floor. There's the pole at the roof of the building at the top. Hopefully the janitor's still not active here because we did not drain the water yet. Hopefully. Hopefully, maybe. Okay. So we want to put them all around and leave the middle open. Something fell down. Extreme dieting death. So this is the ghost in the lunchroom that we fed the food on the tray. This is her story. Young Me was a senior high school student, and she had never been happy with her body. She was excited to become a university student with only the entrance exam standing in her way, but regretted that she wouldn't get to have any campus romance with her kind of body. So she would always say that she was on a diet. The strange thing was that she didn't look overweight to others. The people around her would tease her that she should actually gain a few pounds. Still, young May doubted their words. She looked into the mirror at the back of the classroom. She only saw an overweight girl. Look at what a pig I am. How could they call me thin? How could they say I could gain a few pounds? The only conclusion that young May could come to was that they were being sarcastic. Just you wait, I will become thin. I'll not eat anything until I am thin. From that day, young May didn't eat anything and would only drink water. She became thinner by the day until it was to the point where she was just skin and bones. She barely had the energy to even move. But she continued her refusal to eat. When she was forced to eat even just a little, she would run straight to the bathroom and throw up. She had lost so much weight that watching her walk around the school was a creepy sight. Her friends and teachers, who at first had been worried, began to avoid her. Then one day a new boy transferred to her class. Wanting to make quick friends, he treated the whole class to pizza and burgers. It's something I've never had. Like, I've had pizza and burgers, but having pizza and burgers at the same time, I've never had that luxury. With the teacher's permission, they served the food in the classroom and held a party. Everyone was able to join the food while relaxing and letting go of their stress of preparing for the college entrance exam. The transfer student spotted young May sitting by herself by the window. Even in the celebratory mood, she was not eating. The thought never occurred to him that she was on a diet. He just figured that she didn't get her share yet. So he brought her one of the remaining burgers and soda. No, I'm not eating. I won't eat anything. I'm still fat in the mirror. Can't you see? Young May stood up and shouted with rage as she pointed at the mirror at the back of the classroom. Suddenly the classroom went quiet. Her face was contorted with anger, and her eyes gleamed with insanity. Young May started snickering and looked around her. All the kids' eyes were locked on her in fear. To her, it seemed like they were all staring with eyes filled with disdain. Young May stormed out of the classroom screaming. Nobody moved to stop her. In the end, she was found dead in the mountain nearby, having starved to death. Her classmates tried to figure out what young May meant with her words. What did she mean by the mirror? We don't have a mirror in our classroom. Interesting. So that one's white. Okay. Just bear with me momentarily. Okay, so that was the paper origami thing. Okay, so now we can go to the chairman's office, which is right around the corner, and use our code that we got from the eye exam test to solve this. And I look at my pictures that I took. So 4 should be 4. That's C. And then a plane, airplane, and this symbol here. There we go. Another document. Number 2, the impassable bridge. Although it was early in the morning, the whole school was filled with an uneasy buzz. Kilman, a student, was found unconscious in the hallway. This particular hallway was the passageway between the main building and the new building, and it was rarely used. It was built with an interesting design that puzzled all those who set eyes on it. Its purpose was to be a bridge that connects one building to another, but it was shaped like a tunnel with fluorescent lighting, but not one window. This made it seem creepy even during the daytime. What's more is getting to the other building wasn't a straight path, but instead twisted and turned. All that combined made fewer and fewer students use the walkway, and the less that people used it, the more creepy the rumors about it became. One rumor said that while walking down the passageway, which felt like walking into a cave, there were sounds of footsteps either behind you or coming from the front. Either way, you'd never see anyone there. Another rumor said that if you enter this hallway in the middle of the night, you will never get to the other building, but instead get lost in a labyrinth of corridors until the break of dawn. The night before the accident took place, Kilo Min told his friends that he didn't believe in such a bogus story. Being teenagers, they dared Kilman to prove himself. So Kilman and his friends came to the school in the middle of the night. The test Kilman was given seemed simple. He had only to go through the passageway, get to the other building, and bring back an object from a classroom. Kilman wasted no time beginning this easy venture and quickly opened the door to the passageway. He disappeared into the darkness, and the door shut behind him. When Kilman was alone, he realized it was scarier than he had imagined. The passageway was without a single window, and all he could see were the small patches of light, the islands in a pitch black sea, like the islands in a pitch black sea. Keelman shivered and began to regret making this bet with his friends. When the sound of his footsteps echoed loudly in the empty hallway, it felt like something from the darkness would come, running out at him at any second. Keelman gathered together what courage he had left and started walking as fast as he could. That's when something passed by him and lightly brushed his neck, making a metallic sound. His hair stood on end. He felt like something was right behind him. Was he hearing things? He thought he also heard a faint laughter. Keelman, clenching his teeth, bravely turned around. Nothing was there except a completely empty hallway and darkness. Keelman, who had been scared to death, was a bit relieved, until right at that moment he heard a whisper. "What are you doing here?" Terrified, Keelman ran as fast as he could, screaming. It didn't matter how fast or how far he ran. He would never be able to make it to the building on the other side. At last, Kyo-min suffered a panic attack and was knocked into unconsciousness. His friends, after waiting for a long time, all returned home. Everyone was worried for Kyo-min, yet no one suggested going looking for him. So that's how Kyo-min was found, laying unconscious in the passageway the next day. From that day on, the students have called this passageway the Impassable Bridge, or the Labyrinth. So this was the connection between Main Building 2 and the new building, where that's the Fox Spirits story, I think. Okay, so that's what we got for solving that puzzle. Let's see what else we got here. So, the Uncrossable Bridge. Now we need to go to the music appreciation room, and hopefully 7153 works. Comes the ghosty ghost. Can't get away from her. She's 7153. Didn't work. Did not work. 7153. 7153. 7135. That was the right password, wasn't it? Had to be. 71. Yes. 7153. All right, well, I'm not going back there, so let me see if I can find it. Oh, that was a different... Different. That's a different puzzle, isn't it? I think so. Hold on. Got so many different things open here. 2568. That's what this should be. No. Okay. Let's see. 7318. 7318. There we go. 7138. That's the Morse code. So I got that wrong. I didn't do the Morse code thing right, but I found it on just a search online. This is number 9, Lost Face. Yoon Ha was a popular girl. Not only was she pretty, she was musically talented as well. Must be the girl, I don't know who this is, we'll figure it out. Winning many awards since she was young, everyone loved her. As often happens in these cases, everyone wanted to be friends with her, and she became egotistical. In contrast, Mi Suk was hardly known by anyone in school. She thought she was ugly. That caused her to have self-confidence issues, making her timid and introverted. Due of this, she had no friends to speak of. Even her classmates hardly acknowledged her existence. One day, Yu Ha was walking in the hallway while noisily chatting with her friends. Mi Suk, focused on cleaning, didn't realize anyone was there until Yu Ha ran into her. Mi Suk stumbled and dropped the mop bucket. That's a misspelling. Mop is spelled M-O-P, not M-O-P-E. M-O-P-E is mope, like you're moping around because you're sad. She dropped the mop bucket she was carrying, spilling dirty water all over the hallway. Yuha never said sorry. She barely spared a glance at Meek-suk, then walked away silently. Angered, Meek-suk went after her and demanded an apology. Instead, she was mocked. "What are you blubbering about? You're as ugly as dirt as that mop water. Ha ha." The other kids snickered in agreement with Yuha's cruel remark. Meek-suk's face turned red with embarrassment and anger. From that day on, she was an easy target for bullying. Every time she walked by, everyone would mock her without caring if she could hear. As time passed on, her resentment towards Yuha grew to hatred for Yunha. She decided she would get revenge on Yuha for what she had started. How pretty does she think she is? Does she think that beauty is last forever? We'll see about that. One day, Yuha was chatting away with her friends in the music appreciation room. Meek-suk quietly approached her, and as usually, the kids began mocking her. No one paid any attention to the bottle she held in her hand. Meek-suk took the cap off the sulfuric acid she brought and threw it at Yuha's face. Yuha's screams of pain filled up the room and echoed throughout the halls. The kids around her scrambled away in horror. Not one soul stayed behind to help Yuha. Yunha pleaded for help as she screamed in agony, but Meek-suk just smiled cruelly and watched her beg. Yunha's pretty face was eaten away by the acid. She was fortunate to have survived the attack, but it left her with a hideous scar covering half her face. There was no trace of her former beauty to be found. After that incident, she would not go to school, refusing to even come out of her house. She broke all the mirrors inside, and her disfigured eyes, being sensitive to light, caused her to keep the house internally dark. Her depression became so deep that one day it drove her to leap from the roof of the house. They said that it was hard to identify her body because she struck the ground face first, completely destroying what had remained. Damn. Since her death, there are rumors of sightings of Yunha's ghost in the music appreciation room. It is said her ghost always has her back turned and that you'll die if you ever see her face. Okay, so that was the girl from in here. So yeah, this, scroll back to it here. Sulfuric acid, threw it at her face. That's something that's, I think it's still common today. I mean, it was pretty common a while back, but people would do that. Like you would have in India, it was a big thing that was happening where other girls maybe would do it to other girls, where they would like sneak up to another girl's house and open the window where their bedroom was, where they were sleeping, and they would throw in acid on them, onto their body or their face, trying to disfigure them. That's a real thing that happens, and I think it's kind of prominent, or was prominent, in India. So pretty crazy. That would suck so bad if somebody did that to you. Okay. So, unlock the locked box with the passcode obtained from the metronome puzzle to obtain the ghost story number 9, Lost Face. Okay. Okay, so there are a few areas, ghosts left in the last sections of the game. The auditorium/gym. It's an auditorium. And I won't spoil the last area of the game because there's only 4. Let me back out of this. There's 4 areas: the main building 1, main building 2, the pathway between new building 2 and new building, or main building 2 and new building, and then new building, and then the auditorium, which we can look here at this a little bit while I'm talking. This is where we'll be going next, but then there's 2 floors to this area, and you can see there's a bunch of rooms. But there's a area after this, kind of like the final area, and we don't have a map for it yet, but I won't spoil what that is. but they're self-contained areas. So this will get you, if you get all of these things, you will get a bunch of achievements, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned that. Hopefully, if you get everything and I get everything, I've already gotten the achievements, but if you get everything, as I showed you to do in this playthrough, you should obtain 4 achievements. You'll get no pain, no gain for beating hard mode. You'll get exorcist for encountering all the ghosts. You'll get occult club president for collection of all ghost stories. And then you'll get voice of a ghost for complete ghost collection. And you complete the ghost collection by getting all the stories and encountering all the ghosts. And then beating hard mode. So that's 4 achievements. So at this point, you should just be missing the no pain and no gain achievements, which would be beating hard mode. You should get the achievements, or already have gotten the achievements for exorcist, all ghosts encountered, occult club, collect all stories, and voice, encounter all the ghosts. Let me check my other notes here. I think we're done. We just need to go do the token to get out of this area and go to the auditorium, basically. And just complete the rest of the game. And you'll get the last no pain, no gain achievement, but you should have already gotten 3. So I think we should be pretty good here. What do I want to do? Anything before I progress? Let me look here at one last thing. Yeah, let's do this. Let's real quick. So I can confirm for myself, since I haven't been getting achievements, because I've already got the achievements. Let's go save. It's nice the janitor's not out. So I'm glad I didn't go get the token and put it in there yet, because he'd probably be out here. Let's save. I have 8 left. And then let's exit. Go back to the main menu real quick. And then see what we got for ghost collection. See if we got all the stories and all the ghosts encountered. So no, we are missing a ghost. Okay, so we'll figure this out. Which one are we missing? The shadow. Oh, okay. Yeah. We haven't gotten this one. This is the mermaid, and it's because she's still active up there in the pool. So yes, you would not have gotten the achievements yet. If you have actually been doing it this way, which I do recommend. You would have gotten collect all the ghost stories, occult club president. Once we deal with the mermaid, then you would get voice of a ghost, then you'll get the exorcist. Yeah. So we can see everything else here real quick. So this is the vengeful spirit of a house mother. Scissor lady, the invisible voice, the impassable bridge, it's the fox ghost, the lying female student, boy kills girl, woman in the locker, a woman locked in the closet, bloodthirsty tree, the ghost tree, the very first boss and ghost I think we encountered. Not the first ghost, because we encountered the floating head ghost that's killed us. Well, not killed us, but attacked us, like 100 times. But he's the first boss ghost. And then you got the baby soul, the wailing from the art room. The girl outside the window, the secret of the pond. The starved ghost, extreme dieting death. The girl with the hidden face, the lost face. So this was the girl in the music room. Yeah, she got the acid thrown on her. The library ghost. Competitive spirit. Kids solving a problem, an incorrectly solved math problem. Their head twisted. Haunted head ghost, find my body for me. The attendant's ghost, a one-sided love. The me in the mirror, the mystery in the dance studio. The girl who became a spider, the kid in the corner. Face filled with hatred. Tragedy brought by jealousy. The woman who got hanged, voice that beckons me. A living mannequin, the mystery in the biology lab. And the grandmother ghost, the missing children. And then the shadow in the water, and this will be the mermaid, which we have seen, but I'll try to show you maybe at the very end of the game. Hopefully I'll remember. Show you the picture that's represented in here. So I think once we drain the water and get the token, then we'll get credit for that. Her picture will show up. Otherwise, we've got 19 of 20 encounters and 20 of 20 stories. Yep. So we'll go back. Okay, so let me just double check my stuff here. I think we're ready to proceed. Let me delete some screenshots. That I don't need anymore. Looks like we're done with pretty much everything. So yeah, once we proceed to the next stuff, it's just a matter of doing what we need to do. There's a little bit more to do. But we are done with that, I believe. Nothing else to say, I don't think. So I guess it is worth not draining the water and picking up that token. So proved myself incorrect, I suppose, or my last playthrough didn't work out that way for me. Let's see here. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, you just cannot get in here. Not possible. So technically we've encountered every ghost, and we've read about every one of them. Let's see. She's up here on the rooftop. In that water. Rooftop swimming pool. I don't know, I guess that's a thing in Korea. So in the auditorium, you know, we got a lot of places to mess with over here. If you look in the documents under ghost stories, you can find them. So we can look for, let's just confirm. So there's number 1, 2. Let's count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, mermaid, and 20. So yeah, this is the one up there that's swimming around. Okay guys, we'll actually stop we'll stop this video here because we're getting close to the end. And then when we come back in the next video, we'll head back up to the rooftop from this direction. Get up to the roof. Actually, we could do it from up there. Then we'll be where the valve is and not have to cross the water again with the rods. We'll get back over there to where that thing is and drain the water, and we'll deal with the mermaid thing in there. And then we'll get the last token, which is the water token. And that's what goes up here into this, and this leads to the auditorium area. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.